Good morning. Right, nice and warm this morning. Let's get started. So just shaking away the tension. It's lovely. I get a little ping on my laptop every time someone joins and I can hear it pinging. So good morning. Take your arms out to the side, right into your shoulders. I don't know if yours are making as much noise as mine are. And then we're going to come down, bend your knees. And coming up slowly. And coming down. And then take the feet apart. Make sure you bend your knees. Engage your core coming round. And let's go the other way. Excellent. Good morning. I can hear lots of pings. Moving your shoulders. So keep them separate, but move them right through their whole range, as if you were swimming backward. And then take them forward. And lift them up, breathe in. Lovely, and again. I want to do this Qigong lung strengthening. So take your arms out, breathe in, lift your chest forward, and then. So that's with tension. So the return, you're actually pulling down. So breathe in, this is relaxed. Chest comes forward. Make that hissing noise. So we'll do it again. Really open. We're going to work on really opening the chest today. So that's just a start. Wonderful. And then just give yourself a pat on the back. Marvelous. Now just swinging your arms. Have your feet comfortably apart. And then just a little bit of a bend with your knees. And just a little bit more. Just let it naturally develop into a bigger movement. Just working your body as you feel this morning. And we'll do one more. Lovely. Take your arms and legs out. Take them in. Out. And so just getting some bigger movements. Lovely, and then just swinging your arms, stretching up through your legs. Now make sure that you've got plenty of space because we're going to go around twice. I don't want you banging into anything. And one more. Excellent. Then take your arm over your head. And then take it across your body and turn your body. So turn right round on your feet. Picking your feet up. That way you won't twist your knee. So stretch through your shoulders so you feel it through here. Excellent. Come into the center. Feet comfortably apart, knees are directly over your feet. A little bit of tension in your lower stomach muscles. Bend your knees, take a nice deep breath in. And again. So as your arms come down, relax your shoulders. So nice bending through your legs. Just warming up your legs. Well done. So now we're going to circle our hip outward. So I'm going to do 3 on each side. So just take it round. It's full range. Good for your balance. Now we're going to go inward, as if you're climbing over a fence. Try and look at something that's not moving. And that will keep your balance. So one more on each side. You'll feel some muscles that don't often get strengthened unless you climb a lot of fences. Okay. Okay. I want to warm up our spine and our hamstrings. So keep one foot still. Step forward, reaching up through your spine. Step back, coming down. Lift this foot till you feel a stretch in the back of your legs. Relax your head. And then stepping forward again, stretching through your spine. And coming down. And we'll do another, and we'll hold this one a little bit longer. Lovely, let's do one more on this side. And then we'll come up and we'll swap feet. So this time, open through your chest. Coming down, lift that foot, open through your back. So just nice and quietly to begin with. These muscles don't like suddenly being stretched. They like to ease into it. So we'll hold this one a little bit longer. And one more. Lovely, coming up. This Tai Chi movement with our arms. So a figure of 8. And then lasso it right around your head. So see if you can get a nice flowing motion going. So hopefully your arm and shoulders are nice and warm now, and they're just freeing up, keeping that really good range of movement. If we can keep our arms and shoulders free, it really stops a lot of the problems in our chest and upper back as we get older. And especially if you are sitting a lot, it's even more important. It literally affects the nerve supply to your lungs, your heart, your organs. Okay, let's do the other arm. It's very relaxing if you can just get this flow going. Lovely. Let's do both arms together. So a figure of 8. Nice and slowly. And then we're going to bring them down as wide as you can. So really feel your shoulder blades pulling back. And you're strengthening muscles that stabilize your shoulder blades, especially serratus anterior when you do this. So we're just coming down really slowly. You're just easing off the rotator cuff muscles, tiny little muscles. Give them a shake. Shake, shake, shake all that tension. Get the energy flowing through the meridians. Excellent. Now we're going to shake through your legs. Again, getting the energy flowing. Shaking your whole body. Just bouncing on your heels until you can feel your teeth bouncing. Okay. When you do this bouncing, if there's any tension still in your body, you'll be able to notice, because that part of your body won't sort of just bounce. It'll be resisting. Lovely. Okay, just before we have a stretch, I want to do some chakra clearing. So the movement where we go through all 7 major chakras, and we combine the breath with the movement. So the breath, you can either do it through your nose or through your mouth. It just needs to be a determined or, and we'll work our way down through all 7, clearing out any negative energy, and then we'll recharge with some really good energy. Okay, so we'll do the left side first. So have your left foot forward and just start up at the crown. So with me, lovely, then take that foot back. Okay, we're going to repeat that. So bring it forward, we're doing the left side. And one more. Now we want to recharge the energy in our left side. So I'll teach you in 2 ways. You have your left foot back and you have both arms back to the left. What you do is you step forward, bring your arms up, and just your arms go to the right. And then you come up and you step back. So I'll do it with my back to you, that might be easier. So I've got my left foot back, both arms back. So I come forward and just my arms to the right. And you just keep doing that until you've got a lovely flow going. So I'll come back this way. And you need to do it in your own unique way, because that is your energy and the way that you move, and that will recharge your body. And it's almost a bit of a dance type feeling. And when you start feeling lighter and it's getting easier, that's when you know the energy is recharged. So if you stop there, you'll feel awful, and I apologize. Your left side and your right side will feel totally out of kilter, which they are. So we need to do the right. So have your right foot forward, and we'll do the 7 clearings again. So starting up at the crown. And take your foot back, we'll do the same. And then forward again. And one more. And then we're going to replenish the energy on the right. So have your right foot back and both arms back to the right. Okay. Then you're going to step forward and just your arms go to the left. Up and back again. So I'll do it with my back to you if that's easier. So both arms to the right, right foot is back. Coming up, just your arms to the left. And once you've got the movement, just see if you can relax into a nice rhythm. Go at your pace, do it in your way. Lovely, let's do one more. So I just intuitively feel when we've done about the right number. If you were doing it at home and you wanted to make sure you did even numbers on both sides, you could count them, okay? But hopefully you feel a little bit lighter, and that is the sign. You feel a bit more bouncy and a bit lighter, and that means it's working its magic. So let's have a stretch. We'll start with the big calf muscle, the gastrocnemius. So you want both feet as much as you can on railway tracks. So it depends on your ankle. See if you can get your feet facing forward. Front knee is bent, back leg straight, pushing your back heel down. So you can feel a stretch in that big muscle behind the back knee. Lovely. Now bring your foot in. Knee follows your foot, pushing all your weight down through your heel. So I'm upright, pushing down. This foot is just for balance. And I've not got any funny angles with my knee. It's directly over my toes. Or you can come down like this if you want to. So feel it deeper in your calf, more toward the inside and down into the Achilles tendon. Lovely. Let's do the first stretch on the other leg. So front knee is bent, back leg straight, pushing that back heel down. Lovely. Now bring your back foot in. Knee follows your foot all your way down through that heel. So this muscle is particularly used. It's an endurance muscle. It's used in cycling. It's used whenever you go up hills, walk upstairs, or if you were to do anything that's a bit more endurance. But it is the one that if you don't stretch it, people get problems with their knees and with their Achilles tendon. Lovely. Coming up, let's stretch into the front of your thigh, up into your hips. So find something to hold on to. We want to get our alignment spot on. So grab your foot, your ankle, your leggings, or you could put a sock or something around your ankle if you can't quite grab your foot. But the important thing is your knee and your thigh are next to each other. Your shoulders back, your ribs are lifted. Then take your heel away from the buttock, keeping your thigh where it is. So if you really let your shoulder go back, you'll get a stretch through your chest, through your whole front of your body. Then push this hip bone forward. It's just a subtle change. You'll feel the stretch go up into the front of your hips, which are a part of the body that get really tight. We're going to work on the front of the hips later in the class because there's a lot of research now equating tension in the hip flexors with all sorts of other problems in the body, and some of them psychological. So we want to keep our hip flexors good and stretched. Lovely. Let's do the other side. So knee and thigh next to each other, shoulders back, ribs lifted. Once you have that position, pull your heel away from your buttock, keep your knee where it is, and then push that hip bone forward. Lovely. Excellent. So we're going to come into a forward bend. So have your feet nice and wide apart. Now, if you've got a little bit of a sore back, don't come all the way down and bend your knees. You might even want to have a chair or something here if you've been doing a lot of gardening or it's just playing up with sitting a lot. So we want to ease into the stretch. We're bending from the hip. So keep your chin up and just come down nice and slowly. So really just stopping at this flat back position, and you'll feel that stretch in the hamstrings. We've warmed them up, so they should be happy. And then we're coming down very slowly. Bend your knees a bit if you need to. Give your head and neck a shake. You want to be as relaxed in your upper body as you can possibly be. Elbows are relaxed, shoulders are relaxed. And breathe into the back of your ribs. If you're having a lot of problems with hay fever and with your eyes and sinuses, it might not be so comfortable down here. You might want to come up just to about here. Okay, it might be a bit of pressure. So just do what you need to. And then I want you to gently move from your left foot to your right foot. Just feeling your body releasing some of that tension, especially the tension that builds up around the back of the ribs, back of the waist, right into your hips. Excellent. Coming down to sitting. And we're going to start with just a slightly different one today. So start with your legs comfortably apart. Okay. So you want to lift up through the base of your spine and keep that lift by keeping your chin up. Now this, just sitting like this, might be enough of a stretch, okay? But the important thing in this one is you keep your chin up. And we're doing the stretch at about waist level. So we're not coming right down. It's like I'm stirring a big pot of something. So I'm coming forward, but I'm not going right down here. I'm not feeling it in my back. My back is staying as one upright unit. I'm feeling it more in my hips. That's it. So just slowly. You'll be like, oh yeah, I can feel that. So just take it quietly because it's early in the morning. Those people doing the recording, if it's later in the day, you can do a bit more. And let's go back the other way. So just taking it quietly, but definitely feeling it working into those hip joints. Your hips are all about moving forward, taking that next step. Are you going in the right direction? Okay. Lovely. Now cross your legs. Again, lift up through your spine. Keep that good position. Keep your chin up. Opposite hand on knees. Bending from your hips, coming forward as far as you go. When you reach your full stretch, then relax your head, relax your shoulders. Close your eyes and just breathe gently. So feel like you're breathing with the stretch. I know it's strong. Cross your lower back into your hips, inner thigh. Shouldn't be any sharp pain or any hot burning pain. It's a strong stretch, definitely, but just work with your body. If it's too much, come up a bit or loosen off the cross of your legs. But if you can, just relax and breathe. Just surrendering to this feeling that your lower back is opening and releasing any tension that's built up in there. Lovely, coming up slowly. Okay, we're going to swap over. Now find a position that's comfortable for your knees. If you've got a sore knee, you can always have one leg straight. You can have a very loose cross. Just do what your body needs. But again, lifting up. Keep your chin up and coming forward. And then as far as you go then, relax your shoulders, relax your head. And breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. So our hips really are about embracing change and being quite clear about the direction we're moving forward. So sort of left hip's about going inward and searching for that direction. Right hip is about actually moving forward in the world. So we're in quite a time of change at the moment, and for many people coming up slowly, they are making quite big changes in their life. So I wouldn't be surprised if people are feeling a bit stiff around their hips. And especially with a lot of people working from home, you may be sitting more or not sitting on a chair that's so good ergonomically. So we really want to keep our hips moving. So lots of yoga and lots of dancing. Okay, that'll keep you young, it'll keep you flowing with that change. And these ones we're doing now, do them when you're watching telly. Okay, when you're sitting, instead of sitting on a sofa, which is not good for your back anyway, they're not really designed well for backs. Pull your heels in, lift through your chest, push your knees down. Sit on the floor. You can have your back against the settee or the sofa, and just as you're watching, whatever you're watching, you're nice and relaxed. At the end of the day, so your body is warm. Just do some of these ones. And you'll notice quite a difference. You're just doing it regularly. So just holding down like this. And then release. We're going to do it again. So pull your heels in, lift through your chest, and pushing those knees down. And you'll just find that your whole attitude to change becomes lighter. You come to trust it. You come to almost look forward to what change life's going to bring in an exciting way, like little children do. Knowing you've got the resources within you to face whatever it is if it's challenging. And so these yoga postures, these ones we do down on the floor, especially good for embracing that change. So you've been holding that a long time while I've been talking. Well done. Stretch your legs out in front. Point your toes down. Pull your heels back. Toes down, heels back. Keeping your ankles in good working order. Keeping everything moving. Okay, flowing forward bend. Again, about moving forward. So lift the energy from your heart to your throat. Breathe in. Keep your chin out and let's let go of the tension. So come down slowly. Coming up slowly. This one's much harder to do slower. Actually feel it in your solar plexus. Feel the release. Give yourself permission to make as much noise, no one can hear you, as you like. You can scream and shout if you need to, okay? So we're lifting that beautiful heart energy up into our throat so we can speak with compassion. We can speak our truth in a way that people will hear us. We can be heard. If you're a person who feels like you're not heard, this one will help. That stretch along the back of your hamstrings is keeping the flow of energy, of fluid, and of emotion through your body. It's keeping things flowing. That's why we focus so much on the hamstrings, to keep that flow. Lovely. And we've done a lot of those, again, while I'm talking. There is magic in my method, method in my magic. Okay, take your right foot, place it on the outside of your left knee. This leg can stay straight or you can tuck it under. Draw your knee close. This protects your back. You want to be able to lift through your spine. So your chin's up. Place your hand next to your body, supporting that lift. Breathe in, lift again. Breathe out, turn to the right, pulling your knee across. Twisting through your spine. Should feel comfortable. Strong, but comfortable. Stretching through this outer thigh deep into your hip. Let your shoulder go back and you stretch through your chest. And again, see if you can relax into it. Don't collapse into it, but relax into it. So still held, breathing gently. Seated half twist is fantastic for embracing change, keeping us young, physically, mentally, emotionally, the whole lot. Okay. Just releasing all those patterns in the body that resist. Lovely. Coming back around to the front. Well done. Let's do the other side. So untangle your legs. Left foot on the outside of your right knee. Tuck this one under if you want to. Draw this knee close. Lift through your spine. Keep your chin up. That'll keep your spine lifted. Left hand down close to your body. Breathe in, lift that spine. Breathe out, then it's safe to twist. And breathe. You can close your eyes and just practice accepting the tension, and then go in with your mind into the areas of your body that are tight and give them permission to release. So feel like you're breathing into the parts of your lower back, your tummy, your hips that are tight in this one. And you're just giving them permission. In a very kind and loving way, you're breathing into the parts that are tight and inviting them to let go. Excellent. And when you hold it a bit longer like we are, that's what the body will do. It will just let go. Marvelous. Coming back round to the front, untangle your legs. Stretching to the side, keep your buttocks on the floor and take your arm right over your head, sort of over your ears or over your ear. So nice stretch through the side of your body. Again, releasing the tension, especially between the ribs and the hips and under the arm, down through the side, that gallbladder meridian. It's really tight. Helping everything to flow, really helping your immune system. Marvelous. Let's give our shoulders a good stretch. Now they're limber. Turn over. Take your arms up. Relax your shoulders down. And then take your arms down nice and slowly and feel what your shoulder blades are doing. Just notice that they're both coming down about the same. Or can you feel one doing anything like twisting? No. Can you feel all those little muscles? When you get to the point where you're like, just stop there for a moment. Yeah. These muscles stabilize your shoulder blade. Really important. So that your shoulders and your arms are free to move. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to come up onto our feet into Tadasana and do some work with the breath. So have a drink. Make sure you're drinking throughout the class, even if I'm not prompting you. Have a drink as often as you like, probably even more often. Yoga is detoxing your body. So you need to help your kidneys by drinking plenty. And also as we free up the joints and muscles, we want to get them hydrated again. So we let that water, little sips often, or get that water deep in where we need it. Okay, Tadasana alignment. You want your feet hip width apart. That's hip width and parallel. Spread your toes. Feel like you're sending roots down into the earth under the building where you are. So you're really growing roots, you're grounded. Okay, now we're going to come up onto our toes. I want you to look at a point that's not moving on the floor for your balance. So come up onto your toes, keep looking at that point, stretching up and pulling your ribs right up out of your hips. Keep looking at that point. You'll feel your ankles strengthening and you'll feel those little balance receptors working. So keep looking. Going to be nice and strong. So we can take that next step forward with confidence, knowing we'll be supported. Lovely. Lowering your heels. Bring your arms and shoulders down without collapsing in the middle. Okay, you'll feel like I've completely shifted this whole alignment of your torso, your ribs, your hips, your spine. So keep that lovely lifted feeling, but just loosen off your knees if you're a knee locker, okay? If you're a person who has your chin forward, tuck it back. Close your eyes and just stand tall and proud. You are a mountain that's been on this earth for thousands and thousands of years, moving with the changes that happen every day, the storms, the seasons, but grounded in something permanent, grounded in that connection to the earth, lifting up to the highest, up into the clean, fresh air, where you can see clearly in all directions. So the mountain posture is like pushing the reset button. So whatever's happening in your week, if you're really feeling out of sorts and you're not sure what's going on or what to do about it, do Tadasana. There's a 10-minute video on my website where we just do Tadasana and do the breathing. Tune into that or do it yourself and it will just reset you. Here we go. Oh, that's better. I'm back again. And then you'll be clear. Lovely. Now we're just going to free up our breath so that we can breathe fully and deeply. So start by feeling like you're breathing into the top of your shoulders. And as you breathe out, feel your shoulders relaxing down. Lovely. Let's do that again. And allow your head and neck to float upward. Now I want you to imagine you're breathing from the center of your chest out across your upper back. Up under the shoulder blades, opening your upper back. As you breathe out, you feel your shoulder blades relaxing down. So you're freeing up your wings here. Lovely. Now imagine you're breathing up under your arms. That tension that squeezes around your ribs, just let it go. Let's do that one again, because this really is where the tension is held in your body. Now breathe into the space between your sternum, breastbone, and your spine. And feel like you're gently expanding that space. Opening the heart chakra. Taking your awareness inward. I want you to move down through your body, feeling like you're opening a channel. Following the sternum. Just breathe through any tension. Keep breathing down until it's comfortable to breathe into your tummy. It helps put your hands gently on your tummy. Now breathe into your hands. As you breathe out, feel your hands move back towards your spine. Just in your own timing. Now with your mind, it's important that you simply focus on the breath, nothing else. And you'll find that your mind will go into a quiet place. We connect with a stillness within, and this is what Drew means in Drew Yoga. It's this inner stillness, this point of stillness within. And this is your compass. This is your home. This is a place that when you connect to it and keep that connection, you feel strong. You can trust. This is where hope comes from. This is where your wisdom comes from. An intuitive sense of what's right for you. clarity, calm. Peace comes from here. Joy bubbles up from here. I often want to giggle when I do this because it bubbles up inside me. This connection, remembering and coming back to this connection regularly, is probably the greatest gift that yoga gives to us, to be honest. So we practice it when we're calm, so it's there for us when we're not. Lovely. Now, before you float away, come back into the room. As you open your eyes, keep the connection. Okay? You may find that your senses are a bit more acute. Colours can change. Your hearing, your sense of your awareness of your environment can be quite vivid. Okay? We're going to do energy block release 4. Opens the altruistic heart, the heart that wants to give and save the world and help others and make a difference. Okay, and when we act and be from this place, we feel good. We feel like it's giving, but it's opening to receive so we can give. So if you're a person who has trouble receiving, this one will help. Okay, it's a beautiful, beautiful little sequence. So we're going to start with your feet together. We're going to make the Brahma Mudra. So tuck your 3 fingers under your thumb, pointing your index finger, if you can see my hands, and cross them in front of your heart. We're going to step out to the right, take your arms up, and you're going to circle your fingers 3 times forwards. We're undoing old patterns. Okay. And then we bend our knees, take your head down, come down into a forward bend with your arms stretched up behind you. Then bend your knees, coming up, and you're just going to have your right heel touching your ankles. You come into what's called the pose of Sita, just opening up that right side of the body. And then lower your foot, bring your arms back to your heart. So we're going to do the same on the left. So step out to the left, take your arms out. We're going anti-clockwise, undoing old patterns. Bending down, surrender. This is a flight phase. We're letting go. And then we come up to that pose of Sita on the left, opening up to that feminine, intuitive side of us, the deeply nourishing, nurturing side of us. So we're going to do all that again. So from the heart, step out to the right, 3 times forward. Feeling like you're surrendering what you don't need, even if you don't know what it is. Coming down. And then bend your knees, come up to that pose of Sita, opening up to the masculine, the going out into the world, the doing, so that you intuitively know what's needed next in any given moment. Foot comes down, back to the heart. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So really letting go, bending, surrender, forward bend. Forward bend is always about a surrender, a letting go. Bend your knees, come up to this lovely pose of Sita, opening up that feminine energy. So we've got the feminine, the masculine, the yin and the yang working together. That beautiful balance. Lovely. Then what we're going to do is we're going to make a prana mudra, which is the same, but 2 fingers. So I'm tucking 2 fingers under my thumb. This time I've got 2. It's a bit like the Boy Scout motto. It's not a coincidence there. Okay, about prana, the flow of energy. And we just connect with the earth. Then I want you to imagine, release the mudra and gather up a big ball of energy. So you're bringing up a ball of energy. And I just want you to feel it. Imagine you've got a ball of beautiful earth energy between your hands. And we've got it in the region of your heart because we're going to work at opening this heart. So what I want you to do is I want you to have your, your left hand on top and your right hand underneath and have them quite close in front of your heart. So we'll do this slowly. We're going to expand our hands Then you're going to take your left hand down and your right arm up, going round in a big ball. And then when they're opposite, you bring them back into connection. Then we turn so that your left hand is on top again. So you breathe in, you expand. If you're comfortable too, you don't breathe in this point. And then you breathe out. If that breathing doesn't work, just breathe as you need to. Turn, no breath. Breathe in. And breathe out. This is bringing an equal ratio breathing. Turn, breathe in. And breathe out. Notice how you feel in the space between the breath. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now, if you feel at all dizzy doing that or lightheaded, if you have low blood pressure or high blood pressure, just breathe as you need to. Okay, it's quite a strong thing to do. Okay, we're going to work. This time we're going to leave our left hand under and our right hand on top. We're going to go the other way. So we were releasing old patterns. Now we're opening up to new, better ones. So again, we're going to expand. This time your left hand comes up, right hand goes down. You should be going clockwise. Bring them into connection as they come together. Turn them over. So I've got my right hand on top. Breathe in. And breathe out. Turn them over. Breathe in. Opening. Notice the peace and the no breath. Do one more cycle. Beautiful. So that's opened our heart. Now we want to work some more with the heart energy and a heart breath. So take your feet wide. You're going to breathe out what you don't need. Breathe in what you need. Be really specific. I'm breathing out fear and doubt. I'm breathing in love and trust. I'm breathing in hope. I'm breathing out doubt. I'm breathing in lots of energy. I'm breathing out any fatigue. One more. Now we're going to move to the real icing on the cake for this one. So again, make that Brahma Mudra. Thumb over your fingers, pointing your index finger. Feet slightly apart. We're going to take our hands up to the level of our mind. And this time we're going to circle 3 times backwards, so it should be clockwise. So we're changing our mind. So 3 times backwards. As you point in your mind or out loud, you say, may all my thoughts be for the good of all living things. We're going to do this 3 times. May all my thoughts be for the good of all living things. Now I won't speak this time so that you get a chance to hear yourself. Lovely. Come down to the heart level. Same thing. 3 times backwards. May all my intentions be for the good of all living things. Again. May all my intentions be for the good of all living things. May all my intentions be for the good of all living things. Down to your base, it's actions. So 3 times backwards. May all my actions be for the good of all living things. Again. May all my actions be for the good of all living things. And I'll be quiet on this one. Lovely. So that's brought you into your altruistic heart. And the wonderful thing about EBR4 is it works on the Buddhist principle of living in thought, intention, and deed harmlessly. And from what I have read and studied, the thing that helps our spiritual development the most and keeps our chakras clear is harmlessness. So EBR4 really brings you into a state of being in which you mean no harm to any living creature, any living being, including yourself. Okay, right, I want to do 3 reasonably strong, maybe 4 postures now. But we're nice and warmed up, and these are going to really shift some energy. So take it easy, because it's humid. If you feel a little lightheaded, just go into the child or the crocodile and catch up with us when you're feeling better. Okay, so the first one is the downward dog. So come down on your hands and knees. Hands directly under your shoulders. You're going to tuck your toes under, and you're going to come up right up onto your toes, pushing your hips as high as you can. Feet are about a yoga mat width apart. Then rock down onto your heels, bringing your head gently between your arms. If this is too strong for you today, you can do the dolphin. Down on your elbows, same position, relaxing the head. Okay, so either the downward dog or the dolphin, whichever you prefer. Keep breathing. And when your body says that you've had enough, just come down into the child and have your knees quite wide apart so that you get a nice opening through your lower back. And coming down. So just it shifts a lot of energy, just letting that energy come back to balance, letting it harmonize again. If it's not comfortable on your forehead, you can always put one fist on top of the other and rest your forehead on your fists. Just whatever is comfortable. The child is very much about going inward. And coming up. Now, if you have had enough and don't want to do another one, you can pop down into the crocodile, into Makrasan. If you're happy to do another one, come with me, or if you would prefer to do the dolphin, do the dolphin. Okay, so lots of options. So if you're doing the downward dog, hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes under, lift your hips high up into the air. Take your feet the width of your mat apart. Go up on your toes, push your hips high, rock back on your heels. So breathe in, go up on your toes, push your hips even higher. Breathe out, rock back on your heels. So just get a gentle movement there. So we're doing a dynamic dog, we're just flowing with it. Anytime you feel lightheaded, your body's had enough, come down into the child. And then we'll all come down into the child. And this time we'll do an extended child. So just have your hands forward and take your forehead down to the floor, feeling a stretch through the shoulders, under the arms, through the upper back. And coming up slowly. You probably want to have a drink at this point. So have some water. What I want to move into now is going into a dolphin plank. Okay, so really strengthens your core. Not only strengthens your stomach muscles and some internal muscles, but it helps to stabilize your shoulder joints, works the muscles that work posturally. So it also helps to strengthen the muscles that support your back. So it's a really safe way to build that strength in your core, in your stomach muscles, rather than doing crunchies or sit-ups, which to be honest, most people do in a way that either shortens their hip flexors and doesn't really use their stomach muscles because their stomach muscles are not strong enough, and they pull on their neck and they use momentum, and they're not ideal, especially if your stomach muscles are not that strong. So a plank is a much safer, more effective way to build that strength. Now, the important safety points in the plank is never hold your breath, okay? And as soon as you feel your body compromising the position, like you're starting to sink or sag, or you're starting to shake, you must come out of it. It's better to hold it for a shorter period of time and do a really good plank than try and hold it for longer and everything's going out of alignment, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to start in the dolphin. So you have on your elbows, clasping your hands. You're on your knees, and you're just going to tuck your toes under, lift your hips up into the air. So you relax through your neck, through your head. So this is the dolphin. Then we're going to take our feet quite a way further back and have them slightly apart. So you want them far enough back that you can lower down so that your body is in a plank. So I've not got my bum up in the air. I've not got it sinking down. I'm dead straight. My back is flat between my shoulder blades. And I breathe. You can feel your stomach muscles. You can feel just about every muscle in your body, to be honest. And you just breathe and hold that just for a short little while until your body has had enough. And then when your body's had enough, we're going to come down into Makrasana, into the crocodile. So one hand on top of the other, forehead on your hands. Take your feet apart, turn your heels in and your toes out. Now the thing about the plank is you can build it up and you'll be surprised how quickly your body gets stronger. So it might be that you set yourself a bit of a challenge and you say, right, okay, I can hold it happily for 10, 20 seconds, or maybe just counting to 10 or 5 breaths or something, whatever your measure. I'm going to build that up by about 10 seconds a day. So within a week or so, you'll be up to holding it for about a minute. And when you can hold the plank for a minute, you're getting some really good strength in your core. And it won't take long. It just takes practicing for a minute a day, no more. So you can take that challenge if you want to, and you will really notice the difference. So in Makrasana, just letting go, breathing gently through your solar plexus. And just letting yourself focus on the breath so that you come into that peaceful place again. So you're reconnecting with your core. Lovely. Bring your feet together. Place your hands under your shoulders and just coming up slowly. When your core through your body is strong, when your postural muscles that stabilize your shoulder blades are strong, when the muscles here that stabilize your hips are strong, what it means is the center core of you physically is strong. So your arms and your legs can move out from that core freely. And this is What it does emotionally and mentally, the core of you is strong. So it means that life doesn't rock you so much. You can move out into life knowing that and feeling something inside that is strong. Okay, and this is where strengthening in this way in yoga, especially the way we do it in yoga, means that it really boosts your confidence. But it's a confidence that comes from the inside. It's a trust in something inside of you. So what goes on out in the world doesn't matter so much. It gives you a resilience to that. Now, I want to do the runner just because I want to get up into freeing up these hips so that we can move forward. Now we're nice and strong through our core. So we're going to be on our knees. If you need something under your knees, grab something to put under your knees, a blanket or a cushion. And we're going to start just in this upright position. Okay, so I've got nice right angles going on. My body is nice and upright, lifted through my chest and through my ribs. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my foot about half a foot forward. Now your knee follows your foot and you're going to come forward, but I want you to feel like your chest is going upward. So we're not doing that. See how I'm sinking? That's hurting my lower back. I'm not doing that at all. I'm lifting and going forward. So there shouldn't be any pain or discomfort through your lower back. This should be really comfortable, but quite strong stretch on these back hip flexors. Now, if you want to, and it doesn't pinch in your spine, you can lift your arms. And again, feel like your chest is lifting up, the energy of your heart's going up through your hands. And then coming back. Now, if that was strong enough for you, leave your foot where it is. If you want a little bit more, just slide your foot slightly forward. Okay. And then coming down. Again, remember lifting through here, arms going up. So just feeling that lovely stretch. We're nice and warmed up. We wouldn't do this early in the class. Your hip flexors need to be warmed up properly before we deeply stretch them. And coming back, let's do the other side. So start upright, move your foot about half a foot forward. Now remember, we're coming forward, but we're going up. Our chest is coming up. So just make sure your knees following your foot and that you can see your big toe. If you can't see your big toe and you've got this sort of angle, that's no good for your knee ligaments. So you need to be able to see your big toe. And then if you want to take your arms up, if that's comfortable for your back, feel that energy going up through your hands from your heart. Lovely. Now ease off. If that was enough for you, stay there. If you want a bit more, take your foot a little bit further forward. And we'll go into one more. And then that's probably enough for knees, I think. So coming forward, chest moving up into a lovely runner. Deep stretch in your hip flexors. Really opening the hips so we can move forward with grace and with ease. Dancing through life. Okay, the runner lets us dance. Marvelous. Coming up, I think that's probably enough for knees. Okay. We're just going to quickly do the earth sequence to ground our energy, and then we'll have a nice relaxation. So start with your feet quite wide. Follow me with your arms. So you're going to breathe in. Breathe out, push down through your feet. Breathe in, bring your hands up. Relax through your shoulders, breathing out. Breathing in. Push down. Breathe in. And breathe out. We're going to do 4. Breathing in. Really feel that grounding down through the earth. You're moving from a place where your core is strong and you are connected. Lovely. Now we're going to turn to one side. Your front knee is bent, back leg is straight, turning that back foot. So you're sort of in the position for a warrior. Your knee is bent, have your hands on your thigh. You bring your hands up as you straighten your leg, breathe in. You bend your leg, push down, breathe out. Your arms come up, breathe in. Hold that warrior 2 for a moment. Then as you breathe out, just your arms come down. So we're doing 4. Breathe in, straighten your leg. Breathe out, push down. Breathe in, take your arms up. Hold that warrior for a moment. Breathe out, your arms come down. So we've got 2 more. Just do it in your timing if my timing doesn't work for you. But really feel the connection down through your feet. This is grounding your energy, connecting to you to what is important, to the flow of energy in nature. Lovely. Coming up, turn to the other direction. Excuse me. So start with a bent knee, hands on your thigh. Now as you straighten your leg, breathe in. Breathe out, push down. As you breathe in, bring your arms up. And breathe out, arms come down. Make sure you can see your big toes, you know it's safe. Breathe in, pushing down. A flowing movement, but quite a strong movement. So all that energy that we've shifted in the inverted postures, we're just bringing it down, grounding that change deep in our body. Lovely. Then we turn to the front. We're going to do the same as we did at the start, but if your hips are happy to, we're going to touch the floor. So breathe in, breathe out, touch and down, make a connection. Breathe in and breathe out. So it's a bit like when we did the prana mudra in EBR4, we're connecting. Connecting with the earth, being grounded, is one of the most important things for feeling happy. Lovely. Excellent. Namaste. Okay, get yourself organized for a nice relaxation. Either a Makrasana, lying on your front, and Savasana, lying on your back, or any other position that's comfortable for you. You might need a drink. The most important thing is that you can relax. So before we begin, give yourself permission. Okay, so you're going to give yourself permission to relax deeply. I'm just going to bring the microphone a bit closer so that you can hear me. So if you're lying on your back, see if you can get your lower back in contact with the floor, even if you lift your pelvis up and lower your spine back down. Ideally, have some space between your feet, let them turn outward. This helps your body to relax. A little bit of space under your arms so the energy can flow. If you're lying in Makrasana, relax across the top of your shoulders. See if you can relax through the hips. Hopefully after the work we've done on the hips today, they will relax. And then turn your heels in and your toes outward. So let's begin with some deep yogic breathing. So we're breathing in through that channel we opened in Tadasana, down into your belly. Let your tummy fill with air, then gently pull it back towards your spine, releasing the air, clearing that channel deep inside of you. So just find your own rhythm. Find your body's own depth and timing. should feel natural and easy. And now as you breathe, I want you to imagine that you are breathing in air that is silky smooth. Okay, so as it comes into your body, it's beautifully silky and smooth. Fresh, clean air. And I want you to imagine that this is the best air on the planet. So maybe you're standing on top of a mountain in New Zealand, okay? Or maybe you're standing at the beach or by a lake or in a forest, somewhere where the air is pure and clean. And as you breathe it in, you're taking in the very best quality air that's possible on our lovely planet. And this air is charged with what they call negative ions, which we know are really good for our health. And the air in these natural places is more negatively charged than in other places. So breathe them in. Just keep imagining you're breathing in the best air and it's silky smooth. And as you do this, just notice what happens in your mind. When we imagine breathing in the very best quality air, several things happen. The first thing that happens is we take in more prana, or more subtle energy. So because energy follows thought, it's like we're taking in the best from the air in our environment. So this actually happens. And the other thing that happens is a bit more subtle. It's in our mind. When you breathe in the best quality air that's silky smooth, your thoughts become naturally self-affirming and positive. So this is a little technique if you are noticing that your mind is becoming overly negative or caught up in a negative loop of thinking. I just take myself off to my favorite beach in New Zealand and I breathe in the air there. And it means that you don't have to go into your mind and weed out every single negative thought. It's like you don't have to go, oh, my garden's full of weeds. I have to go and deal with all of them and dig them out by their roots. No, by doing this technique, it's as if your garden is instantly weeded. And only the flowers can grow. And not only does it weed out the negative thoughts, but it encourages those positive thoughts, those flowers to grow even more, with even more vibrancy and vitality. So just keep on breathing in that beautiful air. Take yourself somewhere on this planet, somewhere you connect with your heart, somewhere that's special to you, that you love. And imagine that you're there. And we're going to create a vivid recollection of this place. So what does it feel like? What can you feel under your feet? What can you feel on your skin? Are you lying on the earth? Are you sitting? Are you standing? Are you swimming? A place that really connects with your heart. What are the sounds? What can you hear? Is there a breeze? Are there birds? Are there bees? When I'm in the mountains, there's a beautiful sound that's not a sound at all. If you've ever been on top of a mountain and been lucky enough to be there on your own, silence behind the sounds is amazing. What can you smell in this place? Are you by the sea? Is it salty? Are you in a woods? Can you smell the earth? Are you by water? The more vividly you can create this, your body produces all sorts of positive chemical changes in your physical body as if you're there. Keep on creating this beautiful place where the air is fresh and clean. And now it's not just filling your lungs, this beautiful air and its quality of prana or subtle, vibrant energy is starting to fill your whole body. So as you breathe it in, it's filling your chest, your heart and lungs, your upper back, under your arms, into the lymph. And this beautiful, beautiful air that you're breathing in, it has a magical quality to just dissolve tension. So as you breathe deeply, is there still tension in the back of your ribs? Let this pure, silky, smooth air just dissolve that tension. Now it's flowing into your diaphragm, wrapping around the ribs into the back of the kidney area of your back, mid-back area. So this whole central part of your body is beautifully opening. And you're breathing in the most healing, cleansing air. And it's not just the oxygen we're taking in at all. There's so many other healing qualities in this air. Subtle qualities that we can now measure. Now as you breathe in, I want you to start to fill your abdominal area and down into your lower back. So it's almost like you're breathing this beautiful, pure air down into your hips, your pelvis, your back, your organs. So your whole torso now is starting to feel very light and free. And you can just feel tension releasing. Allow this beautiful air, this silky, smooth, pure air now to work its magic in your legs. So it's flowing into the muscles, releasing and relaxing into the joints, filling your whole legs right down to the tips of your toes, and they start to tingle and sparkle. And now your shoulders want some of this. So as you breathe in this pure air, I'm still on my beach in New Zealand. I'm breathing in this magic, and it's dissolving any tension in my shoulders, flowing down through my arms to my fingertips. And again, I feel like they're sparkling. Flowing up through my throat to my neck, into my jaw. Releasing any tension deep in my jaw. And if you do carry tension in your jaw, you can imagine that you're whispering an R, a R sound, at the same time that you think of something funny. Because when we do these things together, you can't hold tension deep in your jaw when you think of something funny and you whisper an R. And if you're really clever, try it with an accent. Now let this beautiful light, this energy that's coming in through your breath, release any tension in the base of your tongue. Move up into release and clear your sinuses, your eyes, back of your eyes, forehead, temples, filling your whole head and neck with a beautiful lightness. And then flowing out into the energy field or the aura that surrounds your whole physical body, right out about half a foot right around you. You may lose awareness of your physical body. That's okay. And now in your mind, I'm going to invite you into quite a powerful little healing visualization. So wherever you are on the planet, I'm going to invite you to come into a beautiful cave. And this cave, we're going to walk down some stone steps. And this cave is in a sacred part of the earth where the energy is very powerful, especially for healing and cleansing. And we're all just walking down these steps. And as we come down into this cave, it is filled with crystals. Crystals hanging from the ceiling, crystals coming up from the earth. And you can imagine whichever crystal resonates with you particularly. So maybe it's beautiful purple amethyst, very healing crystal. Or maybe it's pink rose quartz, or it might be clear quartz. Healing of the heart, it might be the beautiful green of malachite. It might be lapis lazuli, truth in the throat. It might be a beautiful ruby, a citrine, an orange, or it might be a whole myriad of crystals. But I just want you to come down, and in the center of this crystal cave, there's a little cushion just on the floor in the very center for you to sit. So imagine you're sitting on this cushion surrounded by this most profound energy coming from the crystals. And that energy, that healing energy, is just vibrating with every cell in your body, every atom of every cell in your body, and the spaces in between. And you can feel the crystals' energy. The crystals are highly evolved minerals, and they radiate with a consciousness that is profound. And they radiate with a healing energy that comes from deep within the earth's core. So they have formed under immense pressures, and contained within them is profound healing. And as they radiate out, you can feel this energy coming into your body and healing you on all levels. So it's like you're bathed in this wonderful light, this magic that comes from the earth. And now in your heart, I want you to come into the place where you have a deep love of this planet we call home. And just feel the connection with the earth and with our planet. Feeling grounded and connected, feeling you belong. We're only just starting to understand the power of energy to heal us, and especially the power latent within structures of crystals. So this is a beautiful crystal cave. And any time that you feel physically that perhaps you're not feeling so well, or your vibrancy is dropped, or you're not feeling quite yourself in your mind, you can just come into this crystal cave and spend a few moments in here being completely recharged and grounded again. And you can change the colors, you can change the crystals, or you can have a whole rainbow of colors. And now I want you to slowly come back, leaving the cave, remembering you can go back there in your mind anytime you want to, or you can replay this relaxation. And I want you to slowly come back into an awareness of your physical body in the room in which you are. Take a nice deep breath in and just slowly start to move and stretch. So you just maybe ankles and wrists, fingers and toes moving. Just slowly waking yourself up, there's no hurry. Maybe stretching your arms overhead to wake up your spine. Feeling deeply peaceful, so just take it quietly, there is no hurry. Just enjoy waking up in your body's own pace. If you need to, draw your knees up to your chest and rock your knees from side to side just to wake up your back. Ease out any tension. And then when you're ready, just rolling over onto your right hand side, resting there for a moment, supporting your head. Just giving your blood pressure in your body a little bit of time to get used to the idea of coming up. We've shifted a lot of energy today. So coming up slowly, I'm going to take a nice deep breath in. And we could do with another one. Namaste. So today we've done a lot of work in clearing the chakras, opening the heart and grounding your energy. So hopefully you're feeling really light, really good and relaxed. If you're still feeling a little lightheaded, I would suggest that you go outside barefoot and just connect with the earth, or just going out into the fresh air for a few moments. Drink some water and you'll come right quite quickly. But go and have a lovely week, and I will see you soon. Namaste.